Hello and welcome to the 6 steps to working out the real value of a referral for you and your business. My name is Stephen Cole of Incredible Referrals and the 30-day referrals challenge. I have been getting and systemizing referrals for my businesses for over 25 years. So I'm going to show you today a very easy and simple process that you can go through to work out the real value of a referral for you and your business. Now, to any accountants out there, my terminology may be incorrect. I'm not an accountant. I love numbers, but I'm not an accountant. My interest in showing you this referral calculator is to show you the value for you of a referral and why they are so important for you and your business. And actually, they're quite easy to acquire once you know how. So here we go. I'm going to use an example, or the example that you've seen on day 3 in the referrals challenge, which is it's the electricians. And what we're going to do is going to work out the difference between, for an electrician to rewire a home at a cost of, it doesn't matter whether it's pounds or dollars or anything, but I'm going to call it, or euros, but I'm going to call it pounds just for argument's sake, for your business. So here we go. How you work this. So what you do is you bring your cursor over to the first box which says new clients, customers per year, and for the moment we're going to put 100. We're going to make this quite a small business, and we're going to assume, just for ease, that it's £2,700 for a rewire for each home, and you've got 100 homes that you're doing work on. I think so far that's pretty straightforward. Now you'll see that here that it automatically works out the gross profit per year. Now the next stage is to work out what all we're going to be putting in here for the moment are the advertising costs. So again, for ease, I'm going to go very much on the cautious side. We're going to work it out at £300 per year per click. So £300 per client on pay-per-click to get a £2,700 installation, and £100 on basic advertising, but whatever that is, that could be Yale, it could be local advertising, whatever. I'm going to leave off the direct sales box, which could be things like salespeople going in. There could be other costs involved as well. Just put anything that you want. So what you'll see here is the total cost of acquiring a new client is £400, which means the net profit per client, per customer, is £2,300, which is £2,700 minus your costs is £2,300. So year 1 total net profit is £230,000. That's pretty straightforward, I think. So let's go down, and now what we're going to work out is, if you can have a referral system in place, a referral process, is how much each new client costs you. This is absolutely vital. So in most cases, new clients will referral cost nothing or next to nothing. So I'm going to put an amount which is probably too much of £50 in there, and click. So the net profit of new referred client is worked out automatically, which is £2,650, compared to, if you remember, £2,300. The time frame for a client, for this particular example, I'm going to put at 7 years, which is often an accepted amount for the value of a client. Again, it started working out all the figures automatically. Now, at the moment, on 10%, so if you get 10% here of referrals, that's the 10% of clients who refer you to others, which is pretty low. And then what we do now is we look at the figures. So you had 7 years of 100 clients. The original profit over time with your costs incurred, which we discussed before, that was the £400, makes it £1,610,000 original profit over 7 years. Now, with a 10% referral rate, which is what we nominated up there, in this box here, you can expect 1,044 total clients, including the original clients. So your new profit with referrals, and bearing in mind the new referred profit margin is that much higher, the profit increase over time is £911,600. So that's the extra profit you can achieve on a 10% referral rate over a 7-year period. So the actual profit increase over time, over the lifetime value of a client, is 57%. That's 57% profit increase over time just on a referral rate of 10%, which I would have thought is extremely low. Now let's make this more realistic and still keep it very much on the cautious side. So we're assuming you're not going to be very good at referrals yet, and you're going to get 30% referral rate from clients that you actively ask for referrals, or at least sow the seeds of referrals, which you learned in lesson 2. So here we go, click, and the difference there is huge, and that's really what I'm trying to get across with referrals. The value of a referred client is that much more. Referred clients refer more, as I stated before. So your original 700 clients have now turned into, because this compounds, have turned into 2,286 total clients. So the original profit over time was the same as before, 1,610,000. The new profit with referrals now is 5,812,900. And the profit increase over time is £4,202,900. But the increase in profit over time is actually quite huge. It's 261% more profitability for actually less costs. That's the beauty of this system. Referrals are less costs, they take less time. So they take less of your time, and you get more clients aligned with your business, with your values. And you might even be able to do what I did when I first started using referrals, is I increased my charges, my price for our products actually overnight by 30%. And I'm not saying you should do that. It may not be the right time for you to do that yet, but that's what I did, because I realised that people were valuing my products and services more than I realised I was worth extra value. So I actually increased the price of what I was charging for. So actually this extra profit margin down here increased massively. And once I saw these figures, once I saw what these figures could really do for me and my business, and they have done over the 25 years that I've been actively pursuing and systemizing referrals for my own businesses, I became a complete zealot for referrals, and I have always used referrals to grow my business. The obvious massive advantage is that you barely have to sell. People are pre-sold. So when you get a refer client on board, it's really only making sure that you provide the product or service that they want, that they like you, they're sold on you anyway. So the chances are, even if you're more expensive slightly, they're going to use you anyway, because the risk of using somebody they don't know is too great, or is not referred is too great. So yeah, hopefully you'll get to grips with that. That's an example of using the referral calculator with an easy example. Your examples could be, you may have far more customers than 100, you probably have. And so that's customers or clients per year, and the amount you charge each client could be more or less than this. Just put your figures in. The chances are probably at these figures here, the costs are going to be higher. Don't worry too much about getting it, for the moment at least, absolutely 100% correct. This just give you a rough ballpark idea of where you are now and where you can be, and the difference it makes, particularly over time. And as you can see on this graph here, it's an enormous difference, and that's my findings. That's why one of the reasons that I love referrals. Now, if you found this of value and of help, please do leave a comment. We love to hear from you. We love to hear of anything that you feel may be of benefit, that we can improve this referral calculator to be more aligned with you and your business. And yeah, we'll be happy to see you again in the 30-day referral success challenge or on our site incrediblereferrals.com. I wish you all the very best with your referrals and your business. Thank you for listening, and see you soon. Bye for now.